Hello, and welcome to Who Are You? This is a reasonably well-done sci-fi watchcast hosted by two former strangers now friends who are currently watching 2004's Battlestar Galactica. I'm Xhafer.
And I'm Laura.
And I don't know how much of what we were talking about before is actually in this episode and how much Aaron's going to edit out, but we're joined today by...
Oi, oi, it's me, Ryan, here. I'm here to represent Baltar, my favorite little guy.
You know, Ryan.
Yes.
When I saw this episode, I immediately knew why you chose it, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But also, I thought, if there was one unshot script out there that had Mr. Romo Lampkin in it, and we decided to do that on our podcast, I know who I'm choosing, and it's you, sir.
Yeah. I've got the closest to whatever accent he has. It's all over the place. I know it's Cockney, but it's also a little Irish. It's everywhere.
It's quite an accent. Yep, it's Season 3, Episode 18, Romo Lampkin. I mean, the sun also rises. And as is our way here, our guests choose the episode. And you picked this one just for Romo? Just for Baltar's trial?
I just
what
like saying the phrase, just for Romo. It sounds weird to say, just for
just
Romo.
For
just
doing
for
it for
Romo.
the Romo.
It's like YOLO, but something else.
It's legal. Oh, yeah, Romo's great. I love Mark Sheppard. Him and his father, William Morgan Sheppard, were character actor people. If one was in, you could be guaranteed that one of them will be in a beloved franchise. If it wasn't Mark, it was his dad. Mark Sheppard was in X-Files and Supernatural, and his dad was in Star Trek and Babylon 5. These are the things. Like, his dad, William Morgan Sheppard, was the Soul Hunter in Babylon 5. And I just love, that these two guys are just like, we will do all the pop culture with our strange, deep voices. They'll get deeper as we get older. If you've ever seen Mark Sheppard in Doom Patrol, his voice sounds like you've put his throat into a concrete mixer. It's so gravelly. It's so raw. He's just constantly like, hello there, it's me, Mark Sheppard. And I love it. But no, I also picked this because I love the trial of Gaius Baltar. Just all of this stuff. And I just liked this. And I thought, this is a good little preamble. We're setting up all of the pieces. Who's his attorney? All of that is just great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these 3 episodes, the last 3 of this season. We're actually recording these out of order to facilitate you joining us. We already recorded Crossroads Part 1.
Oh, so you already know who the prosecution is.
Yeah, we meet the other lawyer.
Was I supposed to recognize the actress or something?
No, we don't meet her in this episode. They talk about her in the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in the next one. So for Star Trek fans, the prosecution is the president of the Federation in modern Star Trek, Rillick, who's great. And she was in Man of the High Castle and all that. She's a really good actress. And so it's yep, here she is early on being in a sci-fi thing because these Canadians love work.
Well, I'm glad you knew that because I didn't know that on that episode. So.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. That's
that's Rillick. Yeah. Go back and you can tell.
Fun.
Oh, that's her, all right.
No, as soon as you said it, it clicked in my brain. It's like, of course it is. Well, we can talk about that when we record Crossroads Part 2, because Lord knows we're going to need to be reaching for things to talk about in that episode.
Y'all are making me so nervous.
It's
so
the
nervous.
Ralph Wiggum "I'm in danger" meme is Laura's face right now.
You just scream it. I hope Baltar's okay. My favorite little guy. My favorite part of listening to Season 3 coverage is the fact that so many characters have taken over the spot of hated for Laura. Baltar's 50th down the list at this point. Lee, Anders, when Kara was in the show, all of these people, all of these people are just it's my turn, Laura. I want to be hated. And Baltar's just sitting in his little jail cell writing Mein Kampf, and he's just somehow I'm not as hated now.
I still hate this man so much. The thing I'm worried about is that Baltar's going to come out of his trial just freaking fine.
He's got Lee on his side. He'll be fine.
I'm so looking forward to just getting you right after you watch that episode. Just like we're timing it to the record as close as we possibly can after you watch that episode. And I'm looking forward to that moment. That's going to be good for me.
Okay.
It's going to be good for radio. It's going to be good for me.
Cool.
You'll survive it.
Okay. I'll trust the process,
Yeah.
I guess. The plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to trust the plan. They have one.
Yeah. I do, at least. I have a very strict plan about what episodes we're watching and when.
I believe Xhafer has a plan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't have a plan, he at least has a spreadsheet.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the plan is the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to get into this one then?
I guess so.
This is season 3, episode 18. The sun also rises. Not to be confused with Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, which is distinctly about nothing that happens in this episode because it's about matadors, polyamory, and day drinking. So
That, I did not understand the session title you made. I was like, I don't think any of those things are related to this episode.
not a one. But they're all in The Sun Also Rises.
I also chose another title with a fun play on words. Sun, obviously spelled S-O-N rather than S-U-N, because it's about someone's son. Gosh, I wonder what character in this show is defined by being a son? Who could it be? Could it be Hot Dog? Is it Hot Dog?
A little nepotist.
Who could it be? I wonder. We'll find out. We'll find out in this breakdown.
I wish we'd heard more about hot dogs STDs in this episode because that would be very funny.
Nice little in-joke. We open on Adama going through Kara's file while Rosalind is drawing captain names out of a fishbowl. We don't know why immediately. There's a birthday card to Papa Dama where Kara drew his mustache on a photo of her.
And glasses.
And his glasses.
And his glasses. I love this. This is great.
Yeah. Hey, did you love,
Yeah.
Laura, did you love seeing the old season 1 promo pics of Katie Sackhoff in this episode? They're all like from season 1.
Yeah.
They're like, look, she had the goofy haircut back then. And she's like 4 years younger. Look. Remember when she was less annoying of a character? Oh, the good old days.
Right.
Back when she was just a Mary Sue.
Back when she used to get in fist fights with Ty. Oh, the good
Yeah.
old days.
Yeah.
Anders is down in the hangar. He is drunk as fuck, flipping a coin while standing on top of a viper. And this coin is always heads. He's just astounded. It's only been 4 in a row, but he's just like completely taken aback by the impossibility of chance here.
Uh-huh. I feel like for someone who just took statistics like last year, I should know what the odds of this are, but I don't.
It's fate. It's magic. It's divine.
Half, quarter, 8, 1 in 16.
Okay.
Maybe. But of
Yeah.
course, Anders
Sure.
takes it as like magical. He's just like, it's her. She's beyond our realm of understanding because I could flip heads 4 times.
Yeah.
Or, counterpoint, hear me out. He can flip heads 4 times because he's a fucking Cylon.
Oh, yeah.
famous
That's it.
Cylon power, always flipping heads.
Do you remember like they're like, oh, Cylons are so hard to detect, but early in the show, Sharon like unzipped her arm and plugged cables into it. Like, why can't they figure it out? They can never figure it out. Or like, if you fuck them from behind, won't their spine light up? Like, come on. Guys, Boltar's actual Cylon detector was his dick.
Oh no.
Anders, we're going to find something out, please. But yeah, Anders is sad, and everyone looks on like, hey, dude, could you stop being sad? And he's like, no. And they go, okay.
Well, we just need him to stop being sad on top of a viper, right? Like, he
Yeah.
can still be sad.
He's a
not
tall
on top
boy
of
already,
Viper.
but he's making himself taller by standing on a viper. He just wants to be the tallest boy.
He has to be the tallest boy standing on top of a viper. Who can possibly be taller?
Yeah.
You have to get Hilo standing on a raptor or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Battle of the Himbos. Yeah.
Lee is looking next to Kat's photo. He's got Kara's in his pocket here when Racetrack grabs him to help with Anders. Anders is in full denial. He says, "My girl is too lucky to check out."
Mm-hmm. She's just magical.
Yeah, Kara Thrace and her special destiny. And this is where we meet Baltar's creepy lawyer for a moment before he gets exploded almost instantly. But in that moment before he explodes, we make sure there's like some unwelcome touching of the pilots.
Mm-hmm.
He gets very close up on people. It is awkward as fuck.
Perfect for Gaius.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
I know that Racetrack, before she was cast, was up for the role of 6.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I wonder if this guy was up for Baltar and this was like them reenacting their screen test
Oh,
or
that'd be
something.
Really funny.
That's crazy.
I
That's a
got no
crazy
idea.
theory. I like it.
Conjecture.
He looks like a Doral.
He does look a bit like a Doral. That's fair.
Yeah.
Not a Doral, but almost a Doral.
A real Doral type. Yeah.
For sure. An explosive goes off in the rafter, and everyone's like, racetrack, racetrack, because they all forgot the lawyer's name 30 seconds after Callie said it.
Well, also he's gross, so like
Yeah.
racetrack.
I mean, she's the friend. Like, obviously you're going to be worried about your friend in that
Yeah.
situation. But it struck me as very funny as they were all like saying goodbye to this guy as he flies off. And then the second the bomb goes off, everyone forgets about him.
Mm-hmm.
But they were also talking about how much they hated this guy because he was creepy
true.
and gross. Yeah.
And the lawyer is probably dead to theme. I say probably because the survivor count is 49,399. It's only down 1.
Ah.
That one guy.
Which following, there is inconsistent logic. Sometimes the pre-credits stuff counts towards the survivor count. Sometimes it doesn't.
Wait. Inconsistencies?
I know.
In Battlestar Galactica by Ronald D. Moore?
Impossible.
In season 3? I don't want to hear that. Objection, Xhafer.
So, I mean, it's also just dramatic to have it drop by 1. Like, you know that it's Starbuck. So
When we've been on that nice even number too.
yeah, they've kept us at that 41,400 for a couple of episodes. So the lawyer would count next episode then in their survivor count. After the theme, we have a press conference on Colonial 1. The press is asking pesky questions like, this trial just killed a dude. Maybe it's not a good idea.
And Rosalind has your favorite answer, Xhafer. She has your favorite answer. She just says, we don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't bow down to terrorism. Mission accomplished. Yeah. She
Never,
just gives
never
you...
negotiate with terrorists, except when we negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah.
She makes it even worse though, because she uses the phrase, as long as I am president. And then Laura gets very worried that you're not actually going to be president a whole hell of a lot longer.
Then she pulled her collar and steam came out. Yeah.
We forgot one thing before theme, Xhafer.
Yeah. What do we forget?
Papadama was selected. That's the fishbowl.
Oh yeah, Papadama's name's pulled out of the fishbowl, and he has won the lottery to be a juror. Effectively, he's on the tribunal, but there's more than 3 of them.
Yeah.
A judge.
Is it like 5 captains in total?
I believe it's 4 captains and a judge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's 5.
It's 5 total.
5? 5.
5.
5 is a good number. I'm sure it won't come up again in this season of television that there's 5 people. Yeah.
5? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad Laura figured it out. Yeah. 5. 5. That's a magic number. Thanks, Ronald. 5. Great.
We haven't been obsessing about the number 5 at all.
Nope,
No,
not
it's-
even a little bit.
It's
Not
fine.
been a plot
I mean,
point.
5. Yeah.
Not been brought up.
No.
The characters don't even refer to it as that convenient name that you would use in marketing
No, not at all.
for no reason whatsoever. Makes no sense for them to use that term. The Cylons maybe, but makes no sense for the humans to use that terminology to me. But whatever. Over in the pilot's meeting room, we get this really rotating kind of wispy shots of Lee as he's stumbling through orders and accidentally calls Racetrack Starbies. Oh.
Yep.
Yep. How embarrassing.
No, it was really more embarrassing that Hilo had to pull rank and just go, actually, I'm supposed to be in this part of space doing the job. And Lee looked so ashamed that the show's resident himbo had to tell him what's what. How embarrassing. I'm a little Labrador man, and even I know that that's not the space you're supposed to go. And then Lee's like, oh no, I'm so ashamed that my British accent is popping out in this scene for some mysterious reason. I noticed that. I noticed that straight away. I'm like, oh, his British accent is coming all the way out. He knew Mark Sheppard was coming into the show, and his Britishness just couldn't help but leak out of him.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was right in the scene. Like, I noticed Lee's hair, and I feel like they were just like, he's real upsetty, so he's not gonna put product in his hair, and so his hair is just like flat. It's just,
you know what that reminds me of? When Lee got sad when the occupation happened, and they put grease in his hair and a comical fat suit on him. Is Lee regressing?
Oh no.
Oh no. So is he going to get greasy at the beginning of season 4 again?
He is on, spoiler alert everyone for this episode, he is siding with Baltar. So he has a natural source of grease to wipe and put into his hair.
Just like,
Just rub a little on his face.
I also think of the Simpsons thing where it's like if you rub grease onto the wall and then it just turns clear and a bird flies into it, like that's the level of grease Baltar has on him at all times.
Yep.
Adama and Rosalind are interviewing Romo Lampkin for the job of Baltar's lawyer. He just wants to do it for the glory.
He's a real Boston legal character, this guy. Insane. You set it up, beautifully set up, Xhafer, love that. Now, we should set it up like the show does. Abrupt hard cut to an intense close-up of Mark Sheppard's face with sunglasses, and we just linger on it for like a solid 5 seconds before we cut to Rosalind, who's talking to him like we should all know who this is, by the way. Like, absolutely insane. I had to double-check. This is his first episode. And in this scene, they treat him like, oh, we all know who this is. We all know this eccentric guy in a trench coat with sunglasses on a spaceship with a cat. We all know this guy. We all know this. He's our favorite character. Remember anime brought to BSG? We all remember this guy.
These are all wild choices by the show that I loved. I was like, sunglasses on a spaceship? What? Trench coat? What? Fucking cat. He brings his fucking cat everywhere. Why?
Because he loves his wife. Damn it. The cat's like her. It's her spirit. Or is it real at all? Was any of it real?
The cat's a Cylon.
Yeah, the cat's a Cylon. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was the final 5.
That's the
ruined it. The final 5 are 4 paws and a tail. Oh.
Yeah, this cat. The whole episode, I was like, I really wanted the cat to show up in Crossroads Part 1 at the trial, but I don't. If it happened, I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it just said meow as an objection. And Adama took it in. He's like,
The Admiral puts Lee on Lampkin duty. And Lee's pretty upset about it. He'd rather be out flying, but Hilo's going to step in and be the CAG while Lee handles Romo and whatever shit he needs to deal with.
Yeah, Lee's all super hurt about, you don't think I can fly. You don't think I can handle it. You think I'm still, like, broken up or whatever. And I'm like, somebody has already killed Baltar's lawyer once. Like, this seems like a pretty important job that actually the Lee that I remember would be all over.
Yeah, but he's no longer the Lee we all love and know. You know, the one who was a little whiny bitch. Oh wait, no, Lee's the same. He whines.
That part hasn't changed.
And complains. I can't remember. There's like 4 scenes like this with him and Adama, with Daddy Adama. They're basically the same scene 4 times. Is this, which scene is it? Is it this one where Adama's just like, you think you're grieving more than me? I looked at my daughter figure.
Later.
God, it all blurs together. They just yell at each other a lot in this episode, and Lee's point is the same always. And why are you surprised, Daddy Adama, that Lee's a little bitch?
Well, Lee's also like you aren't hurting, like you don't need time to heal, and Papa Dom is just like, no. So I'm gonna ignore that shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Just gonna bury that down real deep. Real deep.
Romo wants to speak to Baltar in private and like actual private.
Yeah.
So he suggests Lee's quarters. He then pulls out a book, Law and Mind, The Psychology of Legal Practice by Joseph Adama. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh my God.
He reveals he was mentored by Grandpapa Adama as they go to see Gaius.
Yeah. This is great. Wonderful stuff. This is a great scene to kind of lay down the lore of what's going to happen for the rest of the episode with him and Lee's dynamic, where he's kind of trying to mentor Lee, which is fun. Like, it's a fun, weird thing for a guest star to come in. And I don't know about you. We mentioned the sunglasses, right? The sunglasses. I don't know if either of you thought this. Did you think he was blind when you first saw him? I thought he was blind when I first saw him, but then he clearly isn't. But it's just that thing of like, I'm watching a science fiction show and there's a character with sunglasses obscuring his eyes. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's blind. But then he's like, no, I'm fine. I read. And apparently this was a problem for Ronald D. Moore. They talked about this on back in the day. They had like a wrestling match in the writer's room of should he wear glasses, sunglasses, and why? And the answer to why is it's cool. That's the answer. It's really cool that he has glasses, sunglasses. That's the only reason. And they wrestled with like, is it too like parody and silly? But they don't ask that about the cat or the trench coat at all. The glasses.
I'm going to be so cool next time I have a migraine in the middle class. Put my sunglasses on.
Well, do you take them? Well, we'll talk about it later, but it's not about putting them on. It's about taking them off dramatically.
100%.
I got to work on that part. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, you got a real like swift motion slowly.
Yeah.
Like all kind of very fluidly.
And think about this. Eyes are the windows to the soul. And here's a character who's supposed to represent law and order, and he's hiding those eyes. What's happening there? Something to think about. Thanks. Thanks, BSG.
More some things to think about coming up because someone's putting together a bomb.
Someone set up us the bomb.
We see the same little detonator cap thing that we were made very familiar with in season 1.
Would you all like to know who I accused in my notes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to guess who I accused in my notes?
Anders.
Yeah, I'm going to say you think it's a Cylon plot. Either you went Cylon plot and it's Anders, or you went non-Cylon plot and it's Callie.
Oh, okay. Can I ask, was it a character that actually appeared in this episode at all?
Well,
Because
no, I don't think they did.
Okay, so D.
Okay.
No. No. But I did change at one point to thinking it was Callie.
Yeah.
So you can have a point for that, I guess, Xhafer. But no, I accused
take
Gata.
Okay.
Kid is an upstanding citizen. He'd never do anything like that.
I like.
Sure. The whitest
But he
hands in
was
the
sure
world,
big
Gator,
mad at Baltar. He tried to stab Baltar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think in the long line of people, Gator's the maddest at Baltar.
Yeah. Kid is pretty mad. That's fair.
I can't tell if Ryan's being sarcastic at me or not.
That's the beauty of his accent. You just never know with him.
I'll change it up. All right, I think it's...
No, I think it's just that like I've learned that Australians are people that love to bullshit you. And so I'm very, very afraid of taking something seriously that one of them says. And then it turns out it's a big joke on Laura.
Are you familiar with British comedy duo Mitchell and Webb?
Yeah.
They have a new show. I forget the name of it. It's like Mitchell and Webb aren't contributing anything to society or something. I don't know. And in it, they've got a reoccurring bit that's sweary Aussie drama. Did this go viral at all? Has this made its way to you?
Oh, I'm aware. I watch Mitchell and Webb. I've seen some bits and pieces. Very fun.
I want you to know that I thought of you whenever that bit came on.
Thank you. Thank you.
The token Australian in my life.
I don't swear enough. So, thank you, cunts, for bringing me on.
I think that's pause. I don't know.
No, I was like, I'm pretty sure for Australians that's a term of endearment.
Yeah, it comes to lovable term. We love it, and we love to say it, and we love to say it affectionately. It's a word with two edges to it, and we use the edge that you guys don't. The brave edge, we call it. Yeah.
All right. Well, now that I'm a little awkward, Gaius is brought to Lee's room, where they talk about security as being useless. Lee has signed an NDA, so he gets to stay in the room as they talk. I thought that was a fun little bit. They start to discuss things. Baltar says Caprica 6 is the key. She can destroy him at the trial, and so she needs to be won over. Lampkin says he's going to go talk to her, and he quotes Gaius's book to him. And the look on his face when his book is quoted to him is the look of a man who is way too happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's really sniffing his own butt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What I loved about the acting of this scene is, you got Mark Sheppard there, and he's being very, stone-faced. He's just not selling anything back to Baltar. He's just looking at him, with these shades on, and he's just sitting there. And you have James Callis as Baltar, and he sounds like a crazy person. Everything he says sounds like a crazy person. Like, he is...
Crazy talk, yeah.
He is, and this is the fun part of this era of the show, is Baltar is no longer having to hide anything, really. Like, he still is hiding random things, but, like, in all honesty, this is the most open he's had to be, and he still comes across as insane. And then having his own words parroted back to him makes him feel confident in himself, which is just so perfect of capturing who Gaius Baltar is. He needs to be told his own words to admire something, and it's himself. And, this lawyer's just come in, he's read this book or whatever, and he just goes, and he sees this crazy man talking to him, and he just goes, I know how to manipulate him. He even said to Rosalind earlier, he's just like, hey, for what it's worth, I hate the fucking guy, but I'm going to do this case. So he's just sitting here listening to this crazy person, and he's just like, now I'm going to use this to get you to do what I want. It's just a simple thing, but it just says so much about Baltar's ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the lawyer's just so in control. He's just like in control of everything really quick. It reminds me of the technique people talk about on the internet about gray rocking and just like not giving anybody who is like clearly trolling your time, not giving them anything. And I was like, man, that's this man. He's just, he's going to let you spin and spin out. Yeah.
Lampkin wants to go to the records room on Colonial 1 and asks Lee to take him there. Lampkin has clearly observed that something has happened, and everyone on the ship knows it, and it's bothering Lee. Whatever it is, everyone's treating Lee like something terrible has happened to him. And so he asks Lee if it's his job to protect him or stop him.
Okay, so one of the things I love about this character as well, I say love, it's a love-hate thing because you have to be in the rhythm of the show to appreciate this, but it's also very funny to consider what the show previously was, which was like very gritty and real, which is Romo Lampkin speaks in nothing but like, who cares about subtext anymore? I, a guest character that's come out of the ether, have the complete understanding to an almost godlike degree of every single character and every single theme of the show. I'm going to say them out loud. And
he's watching Battlestar Galactica.
He's watching it too.
He's watching it with us.
And it's insane. And it's to a degree of almost annoying that every line he says in this episode is just, this is the subtext of the scene said aloud. This is the metaphor that we're going with. This is the motif. This is the theme. Like, he is a bizarre concoction for the script. Like, everything about him is a quirk. And yet, I fucking love it. And you team him up with Lee, the world's wettest blanket. And it's such a great dynamic. Like, Lee's just like, you're telling me to fly you over to Colonial 1? Why me? I'm just the best pilot of the fucking fleet, but why me? and he just roasts him. Like, Lee Adama, especially out of anyone, needs to be roasted. And they're like,
yes.
And the
Yeah.
writers realized, oh crap, none of our main characters can roast Lee anymore because they've been doing it with no results. We need someone from the outside. We need a walking plot device called Romo Lampkin.
He's
Like-
kind of like an audience stand-in because, like, the audience has all of this 360 view that none of the characters has. And I think I said this to Xhafer in a recent episode that, like, I'm getting tired because I'm like, we know that Gaius Baltar is a bad person because we have the audience view and we can see everything is very, very bad. But not all of the characters have that, like, window into his life. And so it's nice to have somebody walk in and be like, yeah, this is a fucking idiot, and I'm gonna like manipulate him a little bit just for you guys, because you're very distressed right now, Laura, and I'm gonna do this for you.
And the way he speaks, see, this is the benefit of what I mean by if you're in the rhythm of Battlestar. The way he speaks in another series, in another context, could be ham-fisted, could be awkward, could be artificial. But in the DNA of this show, from the very beginning, we have characters speak like this. Head 6 exists as a character who speaks almost exactly like this. So when you see another character who comes in and they're just like this too, it doesn't feel like, okay, someone went a bit crazy on the script, because we have people in this show literally walk in and have the knowledge of the writers and express it in a way that's so blunt that you have to admire it almost. Like, yeah, Romo Lampkin just looking at this Leodama and he somehow knows like the entire dynamic of the fleet. He's just like, I know everything. It's like, okay, thank you. You're a lawyer with a cat.
It's almost like, and obviously he's not, but it's almost like he's a Q from Star Trek in a handful of ways. Like, he shows up out of
Q.
nowhere, is instantly very important, knows way more about everything that he has any right to, and just is there to fuck with the characters and make them dance how he feels they need to be dancing. And that's the level of chaos that a Q will bring to an episode of Star Trek, and that's the level of chaos that Romo Lampkin is bringing to this show. It's very different reasonings behind it. And obviously, he's like a dude. So, there's no superpowers or nothing. But I just, it's an interesting parallel. They go to board a Raptor. Captain Kelly tells Lee to stay on board. And Lee's like, come on. That meant no flying. Not that I can't leave the ship. Like, this is different, obviously. Don't worry about it, Captain Kelly.
Hello, it's
Also,
me,
hi,
Kelly.
Captain
I'm just
Kelly.
sweating. I'm sweating profusely and just pulling up my collar and in a shivery voice saying, please don't get on the ship. But Lee, and he even says, he even basically says, I like you. Please don't get on the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, the actor they picked for Captain Kelly does look like a dude who just sweats sometimes to me, especially in like a uniform.
Yeah.
This dude is sweating.
We haven't seen him since like season 2, right? Like, it's been a long time since Captain Kelly's
I
been
thought we
around.
saw him at the start of this season. I thought he was one of the
I think
people
so.
on the
He
Galactica.
might have been on. He would have
Just like-
been.
Just like
Yeah.
a minute. I don't think we've had a lot of Captain Kelly, but I think he has been in season 3. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the joy of having minor guest stars recur throughout the show where, you could say, hey, it's been a while since we've seen him, but you know who he is.
Yeah.
You know what his deal is. Like, he's a very simple character. So we'll talk more about him as we go through this episode, but, like, he's a very simple character, and everything that they do with him makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, if I was not watching Battlestar Galactica for a podcast, I'm not sure I would know who Captain Kelly was. Like, I'm not sure it would have registered.
He's had like 5 lines the whole show so far.
Yeah.
But he's been in probably a dozen episodes
Mhm.
over 3 seasons. The last time we saw him, I just checked real quick, was he was standing in for Gata during the New Capricorn rescue.
Yep, thought so.
So that's
So-
been a freaking minute. Yeah.
They're like getting on board. The cat runs out. And when they go to try and find the cat, Tyrell finds the bomb that's planted underneath the Raptor that they've been showing us dramatically for a minute.
Oh my God, JC, a bomb!
How convenient. What a way to
Yep.
find the bomb. You asked earlier, why is the cat here? We get whole speeches about, like, the wife and whatever, but the cat's here so we can find a bomb in a way that is
Yeah.
stupid and makes you say, remember when this show was deadly serious? Like the first season was like, we have no water. What are we going to do? Now it's cats find the device of the episode. Meow. It's so awesomely stupid.
The way that this cat escapes, the way that we've seen this cat in the scenes, it's like this man is just carrying a cat under his arm everywhere he goes.
Yes.
Because there doesn't seem to be like a cat carrier. Cats famously hate that, people. They hate being carried like just under your arm.
He has his cat in his briefcase. He puts it in his bag with all of his law stuff and stolen goods.
I'm sure that they love that too.
They love finding bombs. That's what cats are good at.
Yeah.
Bomb
sniffing cats.
Seriously, it's such whiplash because I haven't watched an episode of BSG since I was on last, so it's been a season. And it is so stark how different the show is in terms of tone in that way. Like this episode is trying to be deadly serious, very, very heady, very emotional. You know, Romo Lampkin saying all these profound things, but we also have a mad bomber plot that we aren't that interested in. And so to cut that corner, I don't know. What happens if they found the bomb because Romo Lampkin has a cat? It's like, could you imagine if they did this in season 1 or 2? Not at all. Absolutely bonkers.
I have so many questions about the cat. Like, how many other cats are in the fleet?
What's its name?
What's its name? Are cats going to go extinct now? Like, are there enough cats that we can breed on this fleet that we keep cats?
Rosalind's now got a cat counter right up there with the population.
And she's like, one?
Question mark.
Question mark?
I would think there's probably actually a handful of cats going around.
Yeah.
I would expect there to not be a lot of dogs, but I would expect
Well-
there to be a fair amount of cats just due to like how cats tend to be on ships.
Mhm.
Just like how ships exist currently, it's very common for you to have cats on ships because they help with pest control and making sure that things don't travel with you from port to port that you don't want traveling with you from port to port. Cats are good for that.
We had a
Yeah.
picture of cats in this episode. Just talking about cats we had in the show. The character of Cat, remember them? They existed.
Oh, right.
Look, we do have a dog in the show already. His name's Hilo. He's a big Labrador of a man. And we have a giant pussy. His name's Baltar. So we have those in our cast.
A practical zoo. After this, we cut over. The Dadmiral is real upset because Lee almost died, and he can't lose all of his kids, so he needs to do better. Yep.
Yeah. It's Lee's fault that he, well, I mean, it kind of is, though. Lee almost died. Because, like, you would think.
No, we actually, I don't think we talked about this that much in that episode. It is directly Lee's fault Kara dies, and it mirrors exactly Kara being at fault for Lee's brother dying.
Yes, we did talk
Because
about it in the
Kara
episode.
should have been grounded. We did talk about it. Okay, good. Yeah.
Irony. Ever think about that?
But also, if he would have died in this episode, it would have also been his fault because he's literally, his job is security and he's doing non-securing.
It wasn't even that hidden. It wasn't even that hidden. You could see the light blinking. Like, it wasn't like inside of a thing. It was literally on the outside of the ship. It was right there.
Yep.
And what I find so tiring about Lee and Daddy Adama arguments is, like, I want to at some point agree with Lee just for the sake of variety, but 9 times out of 10, I agree with Daddy Adama. And it's so bizarre because this series also wants you to question the parentalism that's at play, you know, with Rosalind, with Adama. But the issue that comes from that is they are right more times than not, especially compared to the younger characters like Lee. And it just, I guess I kind of offset Rosalind by having Tori just be so evilly incompetent that you just can't help but be like, oh, I guess, you know, Tori is not good. I don't know. But it's just so funny that, like, Lee's just like, my grief is so unimaginable. You can't imagine my grief. Dad, who's lost so many people in his life, you can't imagine what it's like for me.
Literally my brother, yeah. Yes. No, he does need to do a better job because he should have looked under that ship. Like, duh.
Yeah.
This is literally how it happened before. Bomb on Raptor. How the first lawyer got.
Yeah, it wasn't even a new trick. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even a new type of assassination. It was the same.
Do better. You're right. I do find myself empathizing a lot more with Adam and Rosalind than I think maybe the show had wanted me to. I don't know. I don't know what that says about me.
The deck crew has a meeting to talk about the bomb.
Yes. Very interesting meeting.
Mm-hmm. Kelly is upset about rickshawing Baltar's lawyer around. They had rickshaws on the colonies? That's kind of a weird specific cultural reference to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bizarre. Now let's keep referring to Greek god names. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. But while we look at our papers with the corners cut off, because we are different in science fiction. Yeah. They're a planet that don't have pockets, but they do have rickshaws. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Callie thinks it's the Cylons. Athena disagrees. So there's a deleted scene in this episode,
What?
Tell me about it.
and it's of the more noteworthy ones.
Okay.
So I have a short description of it here.
Okay.
It's related to this. It takes place after this, and it's Athena and Callie on the hangar deck after everyone else leaves. Athena asks Callie why she accused her of being the bomber, and Callie's like, I didn't directly accuse you so much as I just said Cylons. Athena responds that she didn't accuse or imply that Callie is the bomber, even though Callie was the last deckhand to inspect the Raptor. So throws a little shade at Callie there. Athena allows Callie to take her gun and hold it to her chest. Athena states she knows why Callie, despite her intense hatred for Cylons, won't shoot her. It's because she knows Athena loves her husband, her daughter, and Galactica. Callie, according to Athena, would never dare to take a child's mother away. There's a few tense moments. Athena grabs the gun, points it at Callie's head, and states in unambiguous terms that if Callie is discovered to be the bomber, Athena will kill her herself.
Okay.
Wow.
A lot of reasons why that's cut, huh? I think.
There's a handful of reasons why that's cut. Obviously, you don't want. There's a little bit of shade thrown at Callie that doesn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of just like a pointless plot point. It's a little. I mean, it's a little dramatic, probably a little over dramatic.
Yeah.
But I do like the callback to Callie shooting Boomer and having the imagery of her holding the gun on Athena now.
But they already did that well with a line of dialogue in the scene that we did get. Like, Callie makes a reference of the fact, like, not all of us have a second chance. And then she looks and says, or a third. You know, and it's good because this is, you know, a character who has killed a Sharon before who says this line very pointedly. So it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's good enough, you know. And so this big scene that also in an episode about fathers and sons, that scene's also very much about mothers, which is like, okay, you have to rein
We're not
in,
doing that right now.
We have to rein in our themes. We got a character who's telling us them aloud with with Lampkin. Yeah, this was a good scene though. Like, I liked Kelly's whole point of view about like he's like upset with all of the tensions going on, and like we're gonna have to deal with Baltar, who's clearly guilty, and we should just fucking get rid of this guy. He sucks, which is true. He does suck. Like they have a little bit of the moral quandary of like, why are we even doing these trials? Like, who gives a fuck? Gets brought up a couple of times in this episode. Like, what's even the point? Are we just fanning flames? Like, it's all valuable stuff to ponder about. But yeah, it's a nice scene, and it gives Kelly a voice in an episode. Like, he's like, I have this strict opinion, which is going to be important.
I do think this scene might have been where I thought that the bomb builder was Callie, though.
Okay.
Because the way she was so quick to j'accuse the Cylons. And I wondered if she was like actually accusing Sharon or just be like, you know something and you're not sharing it. So you're just as guilty.
And she does
you have to know about other Cylons.
And she does point to the Cylon method of ruining the fleet in the past that the previous Sharon was guilty of. Like, they come in, be like us, disrupt us from the inside, and then take us out. Like, that is something that's happened in the show. Where the interesting angle is Callie is also very defensive about Boltar. That's something. She's like, she doesn't like all this smack talk. It's like, hey, he's not that bad of a guy. Like, hey, she tries to give a little bit of like defense to Boltar, which is like, no one wants that.
Well, we know she read the manifesto.
Exactly.
From previous episodes.
She she loves cult of personality stuff.
She's drinking the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Romo asks who he has to bribe to see Caprica 6. Good question. Lee meets with Rosalind and Tori, and Dad is there. They determine that Romo can interview Caprica 6, but it's going to be under the same conditions that the prosecution did. So that's the interrogation room, actively being monitored, including by one of the judges, because Adama was present for the previous one.
Makes sense.
I'm guessing that was before he was chosen. They don't expressly say that, but that would make sense.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Tori can't find some files, and Rosalind can't find her glasses.
Odd.
Yeah.
Just weird that this is being brought up all of a sudden. I'm sure it won't get into some quirky speech later.
Yeah. And it was weird that in the like little vignette in between where Baltar is getting ready to write down his crazy talk, he can't find his pen either.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Odd. Weird.
Romo goes to interview 6 and opens with, "So y'all were banging, right?" Just like right into it.
He was narcissistic, self-centered, feckless, and vain. I'm the one who should have stabbed him.
As you should.
This is her response to bringing up his name initially. This is the start of their standing at this conversation. And Rosalind is pleased. She's like, chef's kiss, this is going to work out for us. She hates him. But this is not how this stays for very long. Because Romo and Caprica 6 begin to discuss love and loss. He gives 6 Gaius's missing pen.
Mm-hmm.
He tells her on the pain of the loss of love that they share. He asks if Cylon love hurts like human love, why someone would make that decision to program you that way, to be able to experience this type of pain. And 6 flips around here so quick that it gives Rosalind and Adama whiplash from the observation booth.
It's probably the best scene of the show of the episode, in my opinion. Yeah. It's an excellent scene.
It's fantastic.
What I really appreciate about it is this is one of the few times, if ever, in the show, another character has spoken to 6 the way she speaks to other people. This is often the stuff that she brings up and talks about, whether it's Caprica or the other version. Like, this is often a recurring thing. So it's kind of interesting to see someone else do it to her for a change and as a manipulation. That's something about it, too, is it's a clear manipulation. We know it. Rosalind and all that know. Everyone knows it in some way or another, but it speaks to some sort of truth that's at the center of 6's character that we have seen for the last 3 seasons. It's just awesome stuff. And everything he's saying about Boltar is like wrapped up in lies or obfuscations or embellishments of things. Especially as Boltar represented himself in this episode. You're like, oh, Boltar is he's like, she's an angle we can work. So even more emphasizing like Boltar does not care about her in any way. So this whole back and forth is wonderful, even when you think about a few scenes ago.
I guess the thing that makes me so mad about the scene is like, I just want the girls on the show to have some standards. Like, Baltar sucks, and she starts out knowing he sucks. He super sucks.
Yeah.
And yet she doesn't want... and it's weird because it's like, yeah, she did the genocide.
She killed a baby in the first episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Never
but
forget.
I'm like, I still want her to have some justice for like his walking all over her. Like, I don't know why I feel that way. I just do. And when you couple that with like watching this go down with like watching Dee go back to Lee again and some of the weird stuff Callie's done, and then I mean, a lot of Starbucks problems are like her own creation. So
It's actually kind of interesting. It's in the reverse with Starbuck because it's like Anders is the one
Yeah.
that gets all of the stuff that the women do in this show. Like
Yeah.
Anders gets it, which is, I don't know if that's just by accident or on purpose, but it's something to chew on. Another thing about this scene that's also just interesting to me, like the way it's shot. And even some of the lines, just like, again, like, you know, if you're into the rhythm and the tics of these writers, made me think of when Cavill first showed up and started talking to the chief. Like, when you look back on that scene, that's all manipulation. Like, he's feeding him what he wants to hear. And it is just fun whenever the writers have these scenes of two people sitting in a room clearly opposed to one another, and then the other one sweet talks them into a different opinion. Like, this is some of the best writing of BSG consistently throughout the show, is this type of writing.
100%.
I just want Caprica 6 to get justice for her hurt feelings because he's a big bastard and I hate him.
Maybe that will happen.
Objection. Have you considered that he's just a little guy? He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He hasn't done nothing. I mean, consider that he hurts too.
No.
Not enough.
Over in the pilot's galley, Lee and Romo have a drink discussing why we do anything at all. Our flaws, our demons, compassion fighting against our nature and logic. Another really good scene in an episode of really good scenes.
Yes. This is one of those scenes in which the character speaks nothing but subtext. So you have to be on board with that. Like, it is a whole scene of, like, I'm not going to really pretend like I'm a normal character that exists in the world of naturalism. I'm going to be an ethereal god who wanders through your character arc and mocks it and or critiques it. Also, I knew your granddad. I'm going to bring that in too.
Yeah, lest we forget. The files make it over from Colonial 1. They're fine, but the door isn't, as a guard realizes something's amiss when they finds a bolt on the ground and saves Lampkin's life.
Yeah. I did enjoy the, like, I don't know, obfuscation of figures he's got the files, right? And he's just one guy ready to hand over these files, and they're like, no. We got to check these files. We got to check them. And then it turns out it's the door panel right behind them.
Yeah.
Like,
They even
this
set
is
up.
very funny to me.
They even set in the scene that Kelly, you know, X-rayed
Cleared
these
these
files,
files.
cleared these
Yeah.
files before we sent them over. So even that's seeded in the brain for when we get to where we do later. Like, his name is popping up a lot this episode.
Yeah.
Lee goes to visit Lampkin in Medbay, where the pile of stuff he stole from everyone is revealed, and he explains his own demons. He almost took Lee's photo of Kara, but didn't, figuring he suffered enough. But he's got Baltar's pen, Rosalind's glasses, Adama's button that we saw him playing with his uniform and was missing a couple scenes ago,
Yeah.
and a blasting cap cover from Captain Kelly.
Oh, we didn't get to discuss. One of my favorite little interactions was when Lee pressed Lampkin on if the story about his lover was true. Like, was any of that true?
Yeah.
And he lowers his sunglasses, because that's the thing too. Like, Romo Lampkin takes off his sunglasses when he's trying to connect with people. Like,
Yeah.
he took the dramatic sunglasses off when he talks to Six,
Yeah,
and then he
I
puts them
remember
on
that.
dramatically, and the camera zooms in a comedic zoom, which they even include in the opening credits, which was very funny. But or the previous, I like that whole interaction. It's very Garrick to me, where it's just like, was any of it true? Oh, all of it was true, even the lies. Oh, especially the lies. Like, it's that type of vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, is anything true? And even in this speech in the med bay, where he's like going over all the things he stole, he keeps changing the reasons he steals.
Yeah. He made such a big deal of the speech about the wife or whatever. But I think he told Rosalind that his wife had died and the cat was hers. And I think he told Six that his wife had left him. And just like, nothing is real. And I wonder, because we don't see the cat after this. Did the cat die in the explosion?
I think you were going to say, was the cat real? And that the cat was inside of all of our heads. How
The cat
insa-
is the memories we made along the way.
Yeah, how insane would it have been if the cat got picked up by Head Six? That would be an insane thing. Didn't happen, but I would love it as an insane choice. But why? Okay, we talk about this. We all have the vibe we like Lampkin, but he's so clearly shady. He literally is wearing shades. That's how shady he is. And yet we're all still talking about him like, oh, he seems like a very upstanding guy, relatively speaking. Like, he wants to represent fucking Boltar. Like, and yet
For the glory.
and for the glory. Yet I like him. I like the dude. He seems like he's. I think a part of it is he's just so opposed to Lee, and he has such clear reasons as to why that I'm naturally inclined to like trust him. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy has a point.
Yeah. Well, and Papadama is almost like a legendary figure, right? Because he's the admiral in this fleet. But Grand Papadama is a mythical figure because we've never seen him. He's only been talked about. And so this guy is like the one connection we have to like the, not just the patriarch, but the patriarch of the patriarch. Like, it's, you know,
Be a good
so
boy.
mystical.
Yeah, be a good boy, but
They
not
didn't
too
get
good.
Mark Shepard for Caprica, did they?
No.
No. Okay.
If only Mark Shepard had a son, then you could get that. And the lineage can continue to rule.
Lee goes and talks to Kelly about the blasting cap. He immediately owns up. He's like, I need to be stopped. I am not going to stop this. You need to lock me up. I have sent too many people to die for that traitor Baltar to get a trial. Fuck that. The only way this ends is with me killing Baltar or with you putting me in jail.
Yeah.
Some strong opinions.
Yeah. You know, fascinating too to think some of the things we've been talking about this episode. I was just mulling over, like Laura brought up before, she thought Gator was involved with this. It is actually kind of interesting that the guy who stood in for Gator during all the shit that went down is the guy that has the hardest line vengeance for Boltar at the moment. Like, he did not actually have to suffer. Like, he was on the Galactica, Kelly. Like, relatively speaking, he didn't have to suffer as much, but he is the angriest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels weird.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think it just lines up with what his character's stance has been in these episodes. Like, he's a patriot. Like, his thing is, like, he's kind of like a patriot, and he is a guy who's so clearly not that we have to fucking kill this guy because we're going to do this whole Nurembergian, like, oh, let's put up the war criminal for trial and let them speak their piece. And he's like, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't want to do that. Fuck him. He's already got his Mein Kampf out there. Fuck that guy.
I hear where you're coming from. I think that if this was a side character from New Caprica, it could have been more interesting. They killed Dodger, right? A couple episodes after New Caprica. If he had been like cleared and not been executed, or like someone along those lines, maybe someone who's a little bit more complicit in the stuff on New Caprica that survived the tribunal, either because they never got around to them. There's people on this level of character where you could do something. Because if it was Gata, I feel like that has more plot implications than they're going to be able to flesh out in this episode because Gata's been around for so much shit.
I think it is interesting, though. I think it's actually important, though, to have someone who wasn't on New Caprica to show that even the people who weren't on New Caprica have it out for Boltar. Like, I think it is super important because you could make the divide of the people who didn't suffer directly from Boltar's actions would be on his side. And this episode saying that's not true at all. And the people who were directly impacted, like Callie, who was going to get executed, by the way.
Yeah.
She's on Boltar's side. So I think that's actually very interesting that in this episode,
she's dumb, Laura.
Huh?
Laura mouthed why.
Yeah, why?
No,
So I
I
had to
mouthed
explain.
bonkers because she.
But like, I think it's truly fascinating. But that's the thing. Like, life is crazy like that. People who have been oppressed by certain people will side with them. It's sad, but it's true. And I think this, sigh of big sigh and all of that.
Screams in American,
Screams in American, screams all over the world heard. But yeah, I think I actually, the more we're talking about it, the more I like that Kelly is the guy behind this. And that we actually had Callie be kind of like a minor throwaway like element too. Like I actually think this is actually very interesting the more we discuss it.
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I didn't have any qualms about the whole Kelly thing, and actually, I felt like the fact that this bomb plot wasn't the driving force of the episode was really good.
Yeah, it's about Lee and Lampkin's discussions more than anything else.
Yes, and we just sort of catch him by accident.
Lee is reinstated to flight status, but wants to help with the trial. And Papadama's like, "You're not a fucking lawyer."
And he's like, "You're not a judge, so fuck you."
That is so different, though. Like, being on a jury and being an expert in courtroom procedure are very, very different things.
Hey,
You know.
I'll counter this. Lee should have brought up that the last time Papadama was a judge, he dissolved the case because he didn't like it. And then that came up several times to bite him in the fucking ass. So if anyone should be worried about their position, it's Papadama. But guess who didn't say that? Lee, because they don't think about Lee making good points enough like this. Instead, Lee just has to like brattily crying through his eyes say, "You shouldn't be a judge. Give us more." Like, this is the thing. I know that I'm being hyperbolic about my hatred of Lee. He is my least favorite character, but it's because of little things like this. It's like Lee has a point of view, but they don't go into it enough. And when they do, they make it in the most bratty, petulant way possible. Like, I want to side with Lee way more than I do in the show. Like, he has points of view that on paper I'm like, oh, this could be something, but then they don't go far enough. So like this back and forth between him and Papadama, it's the third time they've done it this episode, and it doesn't feel any different than the first time, other than I don't want to be CAG now. And it feels like a teenager who's like, I want to go to college. I don't want to go to college. And you just want to rip your hair out and go, grow up. Grow up.
Yeah, no, and I feel like they're not even being consistent necessarily with Adama, because in the previous episode, I think, wherever it's discussed about Lee being on this committee to help do the laws, Adama says something about like, oh, to Rosalind, Lee has never had any interest in the law. But then he turns around and says to Lee, like, I remember you always being in your grandfather's study. And now he's like, you're not a lawyer. But Lee told him in the last episode he had wanted to be a lawyer. If he hadn't gone into the military, he would have been a lawyer. Like,
Lee even points out, you gave me the law books. Why did you do that if you weren't trying to push me? And then Adam's like, well, fuck. I shouldn't have done that then, but I'm not going to admit that because I'm a stoic guy.
Because I'm a dad, and dads don't do that. Dad tropes
Yeah,
everywhere.
his glasses fog up because he's so mad.
Yeah. At least he does finally admit that, like, well, I just don't want to see you on the other side, which, I mean, shows us that this jury member is not impartial, right?
Yeah.
And then Lee does bring up an actual good point, which is see me or see someone else. Like, that's the problem. Like, you don't want to see... It's not just about seeing your son. It's about me seeing me as someone else other than your son, which is the big thing of this episode. And the final line will tie into that. Like, Lee wants to become his own man. This is him trying to become his own man, and his dad doesn't want that.
Yeah.
It's about carrying on the lineage, even though the grandfather was a lawyer and you're a soldier. Like, it's what lineage, what legacy? It's up in the air.
Bill removes Lee as CAG, takes him off the pilot board, calls it in, and we see Dee get told this, like, and her reaction to it. You know, she doesn't get to find out through Lee. She gets to find out through work.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice Dee in that scene. I was paying attention to Ty's reaction, where Ty is just like bemused at like, oh, there's Bill's son being a fuck up again. Like, Ty just had this little reaction like, okay. Because Adama says this thing of like, my son is too busy. And just Ty gives this look of like, here we go again.
Yeah.
I've heard this for 30 years or however old Lee is. I've heard it for 20 years or whatever. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Ty is just glad he's not the fuck up of the day. Let's be real. Like,
yeah.
But he'll get that back. It'll come back.
Lee hangs Kara's photo next to Kat as Ander crutches his way over. They both miss her. I have to wonder if they only killed Kat for this scene.
Oh.
So they could Put Starbuck next to Cat.
Yeah. Do you have a logical place to put Starbuck on this wall without Cat being dead 10 episodes ago?
Yeah, you can't put it next to Billy.
No.
No.
No, I mean, I imagine they killed Cat for many other reasons, but like that is a
Yeah.
good theory. Yeah, they should have had a picture of Boxy up there too. Remember Boxy, the kid? Do you remember
Is he
that?
dead?
No, but he may as well be dead.
Sorry.
In the miniseries and the first episode of this show, they had a whole deal about this little kid called Boxy, and he was like everyone's best friend. This is true because in the original Battlestar Galactica, Boxy was an actual character in the show proper, and BSG, the reboot, tried to do it, and then Ronald D. Moore just said, I don't want to write for a fucking kid. And so they just dropped Boxy. So it's a joke with the reimagined series of like, where's Boxy? Boxy better be around. Boxy's going to pay off because the miniseries in those first 3 episodes were all about Boxy. Like, look at Boxy. So anytime there's a kid, they're like, is it going to be Boxy? It's never Boxy. So Boxy is on the wall in our hearts with all the other characters that just mysteriously disappear.
Did you catch, I posted this in the Spoiler Town, that Romo Lampkin has the distinction. I know you didn't. We already talked about this.
You did tell me about this. I'll
Romo
let it go.
Lampkin has the distinction of being the only reimagined character who got added to the original series canon.
Mm-hmm. That's
Love
insane. Absolutely insane. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah, what Mormon archetype is Romo Lampkin? Please write in, Mormons. Let us know. Please write in.
Please don't write in. We don't.
Please.
I don't.
Who is
I don't
Romo
read the
Lampkin in the Mormon mythology?
Tell us in the Discord.
Tell us in the
Right.
Discord.
Baltar rolls over in his cell to find the letter from Lampkin delivered by Lee. It's his pen, and then the letter is just like, Lee, got him. Effectively like, hey, there's no power greater in the verse than a son who's super mad at their dad. So we've got that going.
Yeah.
The ultimate reveal. The ultimate reveal. What an episode. What an episode of TV.
Yeah. If you had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 12 colonies.
It's a 10, baby. Maybe an 11. I don't put it the fullest, highest, but I really enjoy this episode. It's bonkers. I actually will say, as much shit as I give BSG, Season 3 is my favorite because of just how uneven and bizarre and some of the amazing ideas. And even just the proposition, let alone the execution of putting Gaius Baltar on trial and like, let's get into the nitty gritty of that. Like, who the fuck would be his lawyer is an episode that exists. I absolutely adore that. Mark Sheppard is fantastic. A lot of the conversations in this episode are great. And we even pointed out, like, yeah, there's a bomb plot, but really this episode is about conversations. This is all just battles of ideology. These are all about the people having a moment to argue their points of view and do it in manipulative ways as well, which is what they're really skilled at. And Romo Lampkin is just a bizarre invention. It is Battlestar Galactica's anime character. He is an anime character. He has a cat. He wears sunglasses all the time. He has a trench coat that he on purposely spins around in so many scenes so it can flap in the breeze. It is like, to think of where we've come from, and now Gaius Baltar, looking like Jesus Christ, is speaking to an anime character that's television, baby. They don't make it like this anymore.
They don't get enough episodes to get to this point in the plot anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Rip 20 episode seasons.
You've loved those many episodes this season, right? You've been on a stretch of real stinkers, so you're really loving the
I
long
will
episodes
take
giving you
a
crazy
couple of
things.
stinkers if it gives us the writing crucible that is required to turn out some episodes of this quality. And also, like, some of my favorite episodes of a lot of shows are stupid throwaway fucking episodes, and those don't exist anymore. Everything has to be serial plot. So
Unless you're a British show, then they can do it for some reason.
yeah, they get away with it.
They get away with it. They do 8 episodes, and they can have throwaway silly plots. I don't know. What do the British know, and how do they do it?
It's all the imperialism.
They just took those
Yeah,
those throwaway plots from other cultures.
Yeah, it's the blood of their victims. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I fucking love this episode. 12 out of 12. No fucks given. This is some of the best writing in the show, some of the best character interactions in the show. It is bizarre at times in ways that make me really appreciate this show. Yeah, no, it's one of my favorite episodes. 100%.
I'll give it an 11 because I don't know. I'm very uncomfortable with how well things are going for Gaius Baltar, but it's also like so well written or well like executed, even though, yeah, Lee's being a dipshit. Like, it was fun the whole time.
Lee's going to be a dipshit.
Yeah, I mean, consider this, listeners. All 3 of us gave this a very high rating, even though Lee is the main character of the episode. Think about that. One of the last times he was the main character was Black Market. Did that work out? No.
No.
Where he also had to interact with a guest character that was played by a legendary actor that confronted his ideology. It didn't work out that time, but it worked out this time.
Well, we didn't throw in like a whole girlfriend subplot.
Yeah, that's
we'd
another
never
thing.
seen.
Could Lee have brought that up with Daddy Adama? He goes,
fuck.
"You're mourning? I'm still mourning my girlfriend from back on Caprica that we all love and remember fondly, whose name was, yeah." Okay.
All right. Well, next up, Crossroads Part 1. Baltar's trial threatens the stability of the fleet. Lee assists Romo. Baltar gets projected with spiritual undertones.
Ew.
Those are all things that happen next episode.
Great.
Yeah.
Super great.
Well, Ryan, thanks so much for joining us. Tell the people where they can find you.
Well, thank you all so much for listening. And I can be found at Yum Yum Podcast. I host a podcast with my wife in which we talk about science fiction television. We've done Babylon 5, Space Above and Beyond, Star Trek Discovery. We're currently doing Killjoys, a very fascinating series. It is one in which it's about a bunch of space bounty hunters uncovering an intergalactic conspiracy. We're about halfway through the show now, and things are really popping off. I mean, it's a crazy show. Wonderful show. We had a grand time. And we've just started doing the Starfleet Academy show because we love drinking poison. And yeah, Starfleet Academy, we're doing that with our friend Bartek, who has never seen Star Trek before. He's never seen it. So
That's
we're like,
fun.
let's watch Academy and get your opinion. And so it's been very fun to hear an opinion of someone so sheltered from the world of Star Trek. So yes, we're doing that as well. But Yum Yum Pod or Yum Yum Podcast on all of the internet, you can find us, even on the dark web. I don't know why we're there, but we're there.
I'm a little worried now for you.
All right. Yep. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again. Season 4, episode 15, No Evil. You requested that one
No
a
exit.
while ago.
No exit.
No exit, sorry.
Nope.
No Evil, no exit. You requested that one like a year ago or something. So
Okay.
that will be in July. So
Nice.
a couple months away.
Would it be spoilies to tell me if it's a Lee-centric episode or not? Because that's been a theme for you.
Oh, that has it been a theme for me?
It
Look,
it may be a Lee-centric episode.
I had to make it very hard. So each season there was an episode in mind. I was like, that's the one. Season 3 was very hard because there's so many. And I was like, do I want to pick, this episode or that episode? Like the one just recently in this season that I was considering was the one where the chief makes a union. That's a great episode. That's one of my favorites of the show. But I was like, no. I want to talk about the lore. But yeah, season 4, an interesting beast. Can't wait to come back and talk to you about it.
All right. Well, all that said, I think it's just time to say thank you to Jeremy Siegel. Hey, Jeremy, thanks so much for doing our theme music. You can find more of Jeremy's work at jeremysiegel42.bandcamp.com.
And thanks to Angry Duck Time Machine on Instagram for the podcast artwork.
Aaron, thanks so much for editing this podcast every week and making sure that I don't have to.
And thanks, listeners, for being here. If you want to come hang out in the Discord and see whatever no context weird shit we text each other when we're recording,
Yeah.
find that link in the show notes. Get on in there. We have a great time. So
Yeah.
we'd love to
the
have
Discord.
Come join, and you can join the spoiler chat area where we get to make fun of the things said on the pod. Unadulterated. We get to go, ha ha ha. You think it's only just starting? Get ready. And we all
You
have a
don't
good
even
chuckle.
know. There's going to be some stuff from the episodes that haven't aired at this point. Let me
No.
tell you.
I have said some wacky things on purpose, so
Yeah,
it's not
you have.
all. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week, Internet.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.